welcome to today's class. For those of you who have never met me before, my name is Lee, and in today's flow class, we're going to be combining Vinyasa and Ashtanga. Since it is all levels, I'm going to be demonstrating different variations of the poses, and it's up to you to go for the challenge or if you want to go a little bit more soft with the easy versions. Just tune in with your body and see what you need right now in this moment. And of course, you are more than welcome to use props such as blocks, straps, or a blanket if you need assistance in some poses, or you can just go without them. Just place them right next to your mat, and let's all meet in Sukhasana pose. So just cross your legs in front of you. You can place your hands on top of your knees, ground your sit bones, grow tall in your spine, roll back your shoulders for an open chest, and close your eyes. And start bringing all your attention to your breath. Noticing the length of the inhalation and the exhalation. Allow your breath to happen naturally in its own rhythm. Go through your body and see if you can identify perhaps some tensions or past injuries you need to be aware of throughout the session. And check with yourself how you are feeling right now. And always remember that wherever you might be feeling in this moment, acknowledge it, accept it, and choose to let go of it in order for new things to come. Bring your awareness to your chest. Notice how it expands on all dimensions, how it moves forwards to the sides of your ribs and backwards. As you inhale, feel how your spine grows taller and taller up towards the sky. And as you exhale, feel how your shoulders descend down towards the ground. Equalizing inhalation and exhalation. You can start activating your Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha. Contracting your core muscles, pulling the navel in and up, and lifting the pelvic floor up as you inhale. And keeping slightly the tension as you exhale. If you would place your right hand on top of your chest and your left hand on your belly, you're going to notice that the right hand is moving up and down, and the left hand is as still as you can keep the legs activated. Now bring your hands to heart center, Angelic Mudra. Set an intention for this practice. Let's start with one Om all together. Inhale for Om. Release your hands to your knees and gently open up your eyes. You can start off by interlocking your fingers and push your hands up to the sky as you inhale. Exhale, hands behind your head, round your spine. Bring your elbows together and look to your navel. Inhale, pushing your hands up towards the sky, look up. Exhale, hands in front of your chest. Push your hands away from you, round your spine, look down. Inhale, hands towards your heart, squeeze in between your shoulder blades, look up. Exhale, pushing the hands away from you. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, place the left hand onto your knee and fold forward to the side. Inhale, straighten your spine. Exhale and twist. Inhale, interlock your fingers, hands above your head. Exhale, other side. Right hand to knee. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back up, look towards the sky. Exhale, right hand to the floor, side stretch, looking up, skywards. If you want to go deeper, come down with the right elbow to the floor. Inhale, back to center, lengthen. Exhale, other side. Keeping both sit bones grounded towards the floor. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands in front of you, come into all four first, tabletop positions. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Remember, middle finger pointing forward towards the top of your mat. Keeping your bundles activated for cat and cow sequence. Inhale, bend your back, gaze up. Exhale, round, look into your navel. Inhale, roll back your shoulders, straighten your arms. Exhale, tuck the tailbone in. Keep working in your own rhythm and let the breath guide the movement happening in your body. And feel free to do any variation in the cat and cow sequence. You can, for example, make circles with your hips and still warm up your spine vertebra by vertebra. And feel free to change direction. Or you can keep it pretty traditional and maybe add a lift on your hands, come on top of your fingertips as you exhale to a cat. And as you inhale into a cow, you can slightly bend more your elbows to create more movement. The lift in your hands is going to straighten and warm up your wrists. Two more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. One last time. Inhale up. Exhale. Now stay in the middle with a neutral spine and lift the left arm, right leg away from the floor. Left fingertips pointing forward, the left shoulder away from your ear, and flex the foot behind you to keep your hips squared. Exhale, round your spine, knee and elbow touches underneath you. Inhale, lengthen, gazing forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, up, still pushing away with your right hand. Exhale, maybe you want to reach to your elbow, to your chest, or to your chin with your knee. Inhale, up. Exhale. Two more times. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, contracts. One last time. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale, holding the pose. Bend the right knee and reach back with your left hand. Keep pushing back with your right foot and keep pulling forward with your left hand. And keeping the chest high up towards the sky. And release. Exhale, lower the hand and knee to the floor to change side. Right arm, left leg away from the floor. Inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale, up. Exhale, contract. Inhalation to find length. And exhalation to really squeeze your core. Inhale, up. Two more times. Exhale. Inhalation and exhalation. Now inhale, holding the pose. Bend the knee, reach back with the opposite hand. Square your hips and bring the right shoulder forward to keep the shoulders in the same line. And if you feel a bit shaking to the sides, remember to activate your bandhas. Engage your core muscles to find the strength and stability in the pose. And exhale, hand and knee to the floor. Move your hands a bit closer to the top of your mats and start making circles from left to right. As you exhale, you lower down to your heels. And as you inhale, you let your shoulders come above your wrists. Feel free to move fast or to move slow, but always in the rhythm of your breath. Change direction. And wherever you are, lower down to your heels for child's pose or balasana. Let your forehead rest on the ground. Whenever you feel tired and you need to come back to your breath, you're always welcome to come to child's pose anytime. But for now, looking in between your hands and inhale into a striking cobra. Strike forward, keeping your chest as close as you can to the floor, lifting the heart up towards the sky. Exhale, tabletop position, back to child's pose. 2 more times. Inhale, striking forward, elbows pointing backward, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, balasana. One last time. Inhale, coming into cobra, engage your legs, bandhas. Exhale, down to your heels. Tuck the toes behind you and walk back with your hands into a deep yogi squat. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra and push your knees out to the side with the help of your elbows. You can wiggle from side to massage your hips. And remember to keep the chest uplifted and to gaze forward to lengthen the spine all the way up towards the sky. Walk with your hands back to center, come into tabletop position, tuck the toes behind you, and come all the way up into downward facing dog. Walk your dog and rock your hips from side to side. Looking in between your hands and step to the top of your mat. Vertebra by vertebra, make yourself all the way up into standing. Tuck your shin in towards your chest. Step your feet together to Tadasana, toes touching each other, lifting the kneecaps up and engaging your thigh muscles. Tuck the tailbone in, bandhas engage, roll back your shoulders for an open chest and palms facing forward. And nose, chin and chest in one line. Surya Namaskar, inhale, hands above your head, look towards your thumb. Exhale, bend forward. If you can't reach down with your hands, you can slightly bend your knees. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step back into high plank, halfway down from your toes or your knees. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, cobra, lifting the heart up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hands shoulder width apart and feet hip distance apart. If you can't reach down with your heels, you can shorten the distance in between your hands and feet. And if you need to straighten your spine because you feel it is rounded, you can slightly bend your knees. Actively pushing away with your hands and shoulders. Slightly rotate the shoulders back to integrate your shoulder blades down in the back. And completely relax your neck. Let it be in one line with your spine. Eventually, you want to keep a straight line in your spine and straighten your knees, and if it's possible, lower down the heels without changing the line in your spine. Look in between your hands and step to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, coming all the way up, look towards the sky. Exhale, back to center, Tadasana. Again, inhale. Exhale, bend forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, jump a step back. Chaturanga Dandasana, halfway down. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Staying here for a couple of breaths. For every inhalation, bring the navel in and up to expand. And as you exhale, bring your ribs closer to your navel. Breathing into the back of your chest. And relaxing and coming deeper into the pose in the exhalation. Gaze in between your hands, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, lengthen towards the sky, look up. Exhale, back to center. One last time, inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen your spine halfway up. Exhale, jump a step back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Cobra or up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. If you would like a deeper stretch for your hamstrings, ground your heels to the floor and lift the toes away from your mat. Make sure that you have contact with the 3 points in your feet, under the big toe, under the pinky toe, and your heels. Slightly lifting the insides of your feet. Knees aligned with your second toe. And keeping a hollow in between your belly and hips. Now lower your toes and lift the heels away from the floor. Bend your knees and exhale into tabletop position, cat and cow sequence. Inhale, bend your back, gaze up. Exhale, round. Inhale, up. Exhale. Stay in the middle with a neutral spine and lift the right hand up towards the sky. Inhale. Middle outstretch. Exhale, right arm under the left arm, coming down to your heels with your sit bones twisting to your side. Inhale, come on top of your left hand, lift the right hand up, lengthen. Exhale, middle arm stretch, twisting to your left. Inhale, up. Exhale, floor. Now inhale, lengthen, pushing away with your left hand. Lower the right hand to the floor to change side. Left hand comes up. Inhale. Open your chest. Exhale, middle arm stretch, twist into your right. Inhale up, pushing away with your right hand. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, finding length. Exhale and twist. Inhale up. Exhale. Now inhale, looking towards the sky. Lower the left hand to the floor, tuck the toes behind you, downward facing dog. With your right hand, reach back for your left leg, either behind the knee. You can grab your calf or your left heel. Looking up towards the sky underneath your left armpit. And really grounding all 3 points onto the floor, your left hand and both feet. And if you want to go deeper in the twist, you can bend the right elbow. And release. Exhale to change sides. Bring the left hand to the opposite leg. For every inhalation, lengthen your spine. Open your chest, and for every exhalation, find a twist in the back of your chest. And release. Exhale, looking between your hands. Step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, back to center Tadasana. Surya Namaskar, be Utkatasana, bend your knees, inhale. Hands shoulder width apart or palms together. And if you are able, you can look towards your thumb. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, halfway down. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Step forward with the right foot in between your hands, lower the heel behind you, inhale into warrior one. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, halfway down. Inhale, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Step forward with the left foot. Draw the right heel in, inhale. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold the focus to your breath. Two more breaths. Expanding your chest. Keeping the lungs activated. Looking between your hands. Step or jump. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale. Utkatasana, bend your knees. Inhale. Exhale, Tadasana, back to center. Coming into standing poses from Utkatasana, bend your knees. Inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana, bend forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Three-legged dog, right side. Inhale, lifting the right leg up. Square your hips and equal weight on all 3 points. Maybe you need to come down with your right hip to make sure that both sides are in the same line. Warrior one, step forward with your right foot in between your hands. Lower the heel. Inhale, coming all the way up. Hands shoulder width apart or palms together. Just make sure that your heels are in one line and the back foot is slightly tilted to the side. If you are really pushing down with the pinky side of the foot behind you, you're going to be able to bring the left hip squared. Really bend the knee in front of you until it is on top of the heel. Warrior 2, exhale, open to the side, gazing forward towards your right hand. Sun Warrior, inhale, right hand comes up, lengthen the side of your body. Exhale, back to center, Warrior 2. Inhale, up. Exhale. One last time, inhale, finding length. Exhale to Parsvakonasana. Lower the elbow to the knee. Or right hand to the floor on the inside of the front foot. Really open your chest by twisting it up. You're gonna see that the left arm is following in the movement to help you feel the stretch. And make sure that you're still pushing down with the outer edge of the foot behind you, which is gonna help you to open up the left hip. Look down to the floor, lower the left hand and step to the side with your front foot for lizard pose. You can make circles with the heel behind you to massage your hips. You can also bounce up and down and to the sides. Now lower the left knee to the floor and flatten the foot behind you to go deeper in lizard. And if you want to go further, feel free to come down with your elbows. The right foot should be still grounded onto the floor, but if you are flexible enough, you can let the right knee fall to the side. Always keeping the gaze forward to have an open chest and to be able to lengthen the spine forward. If you happen to be looking back towards maybe your left leg or your left foot, what's going to happen is that you're rounding your spine and you're lifting your hips away from the ground. If you do the opposite movement, it's going to be way easier to open the hips. Now come on top of your hands. If you have your elbows down, tuck your toes, step back into three-legged dog. Inhale, right leg comes up. You can either keep the leg uplifted or lower the leg down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, cobra or half dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Left side, three-legged dog. Inhale. Warrior 1. Exhale, step forward. Draw the right heel in, come all the way up. Make the small adjustments you need. Remember, heels in one line, square your hips. Push your hips forward and bring the tailbone down so you're also lengthening up with your lower back. Warrior 2. Exhale, open to the sides, gazing forward, sun warrior. Inhale, left hand comes up. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, last sun warrior. Exhale to Parsvakonasana. Actively pushing away with your left hand if it's grounded onto the floor. And make sure that the heel and the knee is pointing forward as your toes. One last breath, inhale. And exhale to lizard pose. Step to the side with your front foot. Start making circles with the heel behind you to massage your hips. And make any movements that feels good. Now, whenever you are ready to go deeper into the pose, lower the knee and the back of the foot. And if you want, you can also come down with your elbows. focusing on the breath to lengthen in the inhalation and to let go of anything that no longer serves you in the exhalation. One last breath, inhale and exhale. Come on top of your hands, tuck your toes, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, halfway down. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale to Downward Facing Dog. Lift the heels away from the floor, come on top of your toes. Bend your knees, exhale into tabletop position. Without moving the hips where they should be right on top of your knees. We're going to start walking the hands forward to come into puppy pose. Letting your heart melt down towards the ground. You can have either your forehead rested, or for a deeper stretch, you can have your chin. And you want to keep your hands slightly active by pushing down with your fingertips and imagining that you want to drag the mat towards you. This is going to help you open up your chest by rolling back your shoulders. One last breath, inhale. And exhale, start striking forward to come into Sphinx pose. Only having your lower arms onto the floor and lifting the chest up. You want to keep the same engagement in your hands, and in this case also your lower arms. We're going to come into Cobra. You can keep your feet hip distance apart, or your legs and feet together if you are very flexible in your back. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. You can bring your forehead down to the floor. Make sure that you're pushing down with the back of your feet, you're engaging your thighs, and you're tucking the tailbone in. This is going to feel like you're pushing down with your pubic bone. Roll back your shoulders, elbows pointing backwards, and inhale, lifting the chest up. Lift the palms away from the floor for baby cobra. Really engaging your legs, your glutes, and using your back muscles to lift the chest up. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, open your chest, roll back your shoulders. Inhale. And exhale, vertebra by vertebra, lower down to the floor. This time we're gonna keep your hands on the floor. Feet together or hip distance apart. Cobra, inhale, lifting up. Legs engage, bandha, so open your chest. For every inhalation, lengthen, find support in your arms. Lift up the chest, bring the shoulders behind your heart, looking up. One last breath, inhale. Exhale, going slightly deeper into the pose. Inhale one last time. Exhale, vertebra by vertebra, lower down. Tuck the toes behind you, coming to downward facing dog. Looking in between your hands, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend forward. Utkatasana, bend your knees. Inhale. Exhale, Tadasana, back to center. Last 10 sequences from Utkatasana, bend your knees. Inhale. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, jump a step back, Chaturanga Dandasana, halfway down. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Three-legged dog, right side. Inhale, right leg comes up. Bend the knee and tilt the foot to the side for a hip opener. Right heel as close as you can to your sit bone. And if you want, you can either stay here or you come all the way down into wide fling, dropping the right foot to the floor, lifting the hips up, right hand pointing to the sky or falling behind your head. Back to three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, shifting your weight forward into high plank. Back to three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, right knee to left elbow, twisting to the side. Inhale, up. Exhale to center, knee to chest, to chin, tip of the nose or forehead. Round your spine, bring the right leg as close as you can to your upper body, actively pushing away with your hands. One last breath, inhale. And exhale, bring the right foot down, lower the knee and the back of the foot. Step to the side, coming into lizard pose, either with your hands or your elbows to the ground. As you inhale, next time, bring the right hand up. If you had your elbow or your hand down, bend the knee behind you to grab the left foot for a twist. Looking back towards your right shoulder, sinking down with your hips, pushing away with your left hand or your lower arm. And release, exhale. Come on top of your hands if you had your elbows down and come into pigeon pose. Bring the right foot close to the left hip and right knee pointing to your right wrist. Equal weight on both sides of your hips, and the right foot can be somewhere in between the left side of the hip and the long side of the mat. The further away it is from the hip, the more you're going to feel on the outside of the right hip. Come on top of your fingertips, lift the chest up, roll back your shoulders. Same engagement as we had in the Cobra. Inhale, hands up towards the sky, lengthen. Exhale, bend forward into sleeping swan. Coming down with your elbows or straightening your arms and letting your forehead rest on the ground. If you would like to go deeper in the stretch, you can come on top of your hands and move your right hand slightly away from you, close to the top of your mat. You let the left arm come underneath the right arm. You're coming down with your shoulder and your head. The right arm comes behind you and around you to grab either the lower back, the waist, the left hip, or maybe if you can reach to the big toe of your right foot. And as you add the twist, you're gonna notice that it's gonna feel more tense on your right hip. And what tends to happen is that the hip wants to follow in the twist. But you wanna keep the lower back neutral, you wanna have your hips grounded, and only allow the twist to happen in the back of your chest. Now come on top of your hands. And you can choose to either stay in pigeon pose or go into king pigeon pose by bending the left knee behind you and with your left hand you grab your foot. You can do different variations in the king pigeon pose, like this one by just grabbing the left foot as good as you can, or if you want to go further, you can bring the foot closer to your upper body and hug it with your elbow. If you are stable enough, you can lift the right hand, which is for support, and have it in Jana Mudra. Or you come back with your hands behind the head, or if you can reach to your left fingers. Always keeping the hips and shoulders squared. Chest facing forward. And release. Exhale. Tuck the toes behind you. Step back into downward facing dog. Now left side, three-legged dog. Inhale. Bend the knee, tilt the foot to the side, hip opener. Wide thing. Coming all the way down with the left foot. Lifting the hips up. Inhale. And exhale. Three-legged dog. Left knee to left elbow. Exhale. Push away with your hands. Back to three-legged dog. Inhale up. Exhale, twisting to the side. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale to the middle. Round your spine. Hold it here. Pushing down with your fingertips. With the heel of your hands. One last breath. And exhale. Down with the left foot. Step to the side. And lower the knee and the back of the foot. Coming into lizard pose. And to add a twist, you can keep your elbows down or come on top of your hands for an easier variation. Inhale, left hand comes up. And as you exhale, lower the hips and grab the right foot behind you. One last breath, inhale. Exhale, release. Come on top of your hands and into pigeon pose. Lower the lower leg and bring the left foot somewhere in between the right hip and the long side of your mat. Square your hips. Come on top of your fingertips. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, bend forward. And if you want to add a twist, you come on top of your hands and you bring the right arm under the left arm. And then the left arm comes around you and behind you. Release the bind. Come back up with your chest with the help of your hands and choose to either stay here if it's enough for your hips or come into king pigeon pose. Bend the knee behind you, reach back with the same hand. And you do the variation that suits you best. And remember to keep the bandhas engaged to protect your lower back. One last breath, inhale. And exhale, release. Swing the right leg forward and come into Baddha Konasana or seated butterfly pose. Bring your heels as close as you can to your hips and let your knees fall to the side. Grab your feet with your hands and lengthen your spine as you inhale. Exhale, bend forward with a straight spine, keeping your arms close to your upper body, elbows pointing backward, shoulders away from your ears. And instead of trying to aim down with your forehead, think of that you want to touch the top of your mat with the crown of your head. The movement is forward. With every inhalation, lengthen the spine. And for every exhalation, let the weight of your body help you go deeper into the pose. Two more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Vertebra by vertebra, make yourself all the way up. Bring your knees together. And keep rounding down until you come laying on your back. Arms right next to your arms right next to your upper body. You want to bring your heels in between your index finger and thumb. Now keep your bandhas activated for a bridge pose. Inhale, lift the hips up. Interlock your fingers and squeeze in between your shoulder blades. Come on top of your shoulders and push your arms actively down towards the floor to support your upper body in Urdhva Dhanurasana or bridge pose. Imagine that you want to shift the weight forward by pushing away the mat from you with your feet. This is going to help you even up the weight and flexibility in your spine. Now release your hands and vertebra by vertebra lower down. Stay here for 2 breaths for the second round. Bandhas activated. Now inhale, lift the hips. Interlock your fingers, come on top of your shoulders. Now shift your weight to your left side and bring the right leg up, either with a knee bended or you can extend the leg and point up with your toes. Still pushing down with your arms, really engaging your left leg, lifting the hips. Inhale, one last time. Exhale, lower the right foot down to change side. Shift the weight to the opposite side. Inhale, left leg comes up. Keep on breathing in and out through your nose. One last breath. Inhale up. Exhale, lower the foot. Release your hands and hug your knees close to your chest. Rock from side to side to massage the lower back. Now grab your feet and let the sole of the feet point up towards the sky. Push your feet down to bring your knees to the side into happy baby pose. And you want to keep your whole back in contact with the ground, including your lower back. And if you want to still massage your lower back, you can keep on rocking from side to side. If you would like a deeper stretch with your index finger and heart finger, grab your big toe, straighten your knees and pull your legs away from each other. And you can still swing from side to side. And for those of you who would like to go even deeper, grab your heels from the inside of your feet and bring your toes all the way down towards the floor. One last breath, inhale. And exhale, bring your legs together on top of your hips, arms right next to your upper body. Gonna come into shoulder stand and claw pose. And if you cannot come into the full pose by any reason, you can just stay here or you can use the wall and just have your legs against the wall and rest there. For those of you who would like to go further, lift the hips and back away from the floor. Bring your hands to each side of your lower back. Toes and heels in contact with each other and legs tightly together. And you want to imagine a straight line starting from your toes all the way down to your shoulders. And since this is an inversion, you want to keep your whole body engaged. Legs, glutes, core. You really want to use your arms for support. And if you feel any compression in your neck, slightly lift the chin up towards the sky. And if you want to do any variation, you can lower your hands to the floor. You can, for example, interlock your fingers and push your arms down. You can also have one hand on the lower back and the other hand on top of the thigh, or maybe even both. Now lower your hands to your lower back if you're doing any variation and prepare for Halasana. Exhale, start bending from your hips and bring your legs floating up in the air, or maybe you can come all the way down with your toes to the ground. Interlock your fingers, come on top of your shoulders for support. And if you want a deeper stretch in Halasana, point with your feet and keep your toes and heels in contact with each other. Now bend your knees and let them come close to your ears. Give yourself a hug. Still with your toes and heels in contact with each other. One last breath. And exhale, release your hands, vertebra by vertebra. Make yourself all the way down towards the floor for fish pose. Legs together, toes pointing up and keeping the legs engaged. You can have almost the whole hand or half of the hand under your sit bones to keep your arms tightly around your upper body. And now inhale, bend your elbows and bring the crown of your head down towards the floor. Keeping your arms active, legs active, lifting the chest, bandhas activated. For every inhalation, lift the heart up towards the sky. One last breath. And exhale, straighten your arms, come down with the back of your head. Feet a little bit more than hip distance apart, on palms facing up towards the sky. You can bring a blanket to cover yourself, you can put on some socks, or you can have something to cover your eyes for the final relaxation in Shavasana. Let go of your bandhas and the control of the breath. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose or mouth. And turning all your attention inwards. Noticing the weight of your body against the floor. The contact of the back of your body with your mat. The feeling of your clothes against your skin. Acknowledging any sensations in your body, any sounds around you. To help you stay present and aware of this moment. Choosing to stay here and now. If you ever wander away with your thoughts, remember to keep on coming back to wherever helps you keep yourself present. Maybe it is the present feeling you are experiencing in this moment. Maybe the warmth of your own body. Wherever that might be, acknowledge its presence, accept it, and choose to let go of it in order to be in the natural state of just being aware of this moment. Slowly make yourself back without making any movements. Just bring your awareness to your feet. Lower legs, upper legs, hips, stomach, lower back, upper back, chest, left arm, left palm, left fingers, right fingers, right palm, right arm, right collarbone, left collarbone, neck, back of your head, face, crown of your head. Bring your awareness to your whole body. You can start making subtle movements like moving your toes and fingers. You can make circular motions with your wrists and ankles. You can bend your knees and elbows. Feel free to move in any way that helps you wake up your body in your own rhythm. Gently make yourself all the way up into a comfortable and seated pose. Your eyes can remain closed to end the session. Ground your sit bones, grow tall in your spine, and have an open and gracefully heart. Bring your hands to heart center, Angelic Mudra. And let's end the session with one Om, 3 Shantis, and Hari Om. Inhale for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Bow forward. Thank you for joining the session, for coming all the way here to share your time and space. And in gratitude of this practice that we share, Namaste.